Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to Growthnetics. This is Haidar, and today I want to talk to you about the 50, 30, and 20% rule and what can you do to actually use it to your advantage, better manage your money, and then also become a step closer to becoming financially independent in the future. So let's get started. So what is the 50, 30, 20% rule? So if we look at right here, let me activate my board. All right, so if we take a diagonal here, okay, so take the circle, all right, and then what we do is what? Let's take this one right here. Let's get this line. Let's pretend this is a 50%, okay, and then let's say this is more like 20%. Yeah, perfect. So let me put this in here like this. All right, so let's say in this pie right here, this is your 50%, and then obviously this is your 30%, and then this is your 20%. Oops, forgot the percent. So this pie right here, this is area, it's called the N, which stands for needs. Okay, so and then you get to 30%, which is wants, and then you got this one, which is what? Which is savings / debt payer. Okay, so now with your needs, let's say N, okay, these are things that are, you know, you got rent, you got insurance, okay, you got car payment, pretty much the essential stuff like gas. These are needs. These are like things that, you know, everybody needs a house to stay and live in. Everybody needs a car to accommodate to work. Now it depends on where you go. Transportation, we can use that as transportation. There's just a car. Because if you're in New York City, chances are you can take the subway or whatever, right? So anyways, insurance, you know, health insurance, taxes, you got to pay taxes and all that stuff. So these are the N are what essential things are, the needs, what our daily needs is all about, right? So now when we talk about needs, you know, I can live in a $1,500 or a $3,000 house versus I can live in maybe $1,000 house per month. And I know people in California and New York particularly are going to be looking at this video and tell me, Hadar, you're insane and you're crazy. There's no such thing here in the city. I can tell you, you are probably correct, along with Philadelphia as well, or major cities. I can tell you where I live at. Yeah, you could find houses that are actually $450, $500 a month, by the way, and it's not a shithole. No, it's pretty good location and stuff. So it depends how you market. In California and New York City, you guys are down there, it's crazy, especially in New York City. I lived there for 5 years. So yeah, but anyways, back to the video without distractions here. So we talk about needs: rent, insurance, car and transportation, gas. Obviously, if you're doing transportation, you don't need to pay gas. These are the things that can fluctuate up and down. It all depends on you as an individual, and it all depends on what your needs are, your needs level are, and how much you make in income. By the way, guys, this is all right here is based on net income. So the people that are owning their own businesses out there, or contractors, you know, like the 1098 guys, that's tax forms, not the W2s, not that, even though single businesses you can technically do it on a W2. These are after taxes. Okay, so if you're making $50,000, obviously you're probably going to have, depending on what state you are, anywhere between $38,000 to $40,000 so left over. Depends on what your contributions are, depends if you have dependents, and there's a lot of different things that it all depends on, but that's kind of like general terminology. Net income means it's after taxes. Please do not include the taxes. If you're a contractor, you got to subtract taxes, and look at your local tax laws and the federal laws and the state laws as well, state taxes, I'm sorry. So to look that up. Anyways, so let's get into the wants, the W, okay? And this W is not win. It is not win, so don't associate it with winning. So wants are anything between vacation, shopping, like the shirt I have on or the watch I have. That was not a smart purchase, by the way, but you know, you make money and then you want to spoil yourself and all that stuff, so you guys know how it is. So you got your shopping going on, you get any maybe entertainment, you know, stuff like Netflix, you got, you know, well, I don't know, cable, stuff like that. So this is your wants, okay? This is what you want. Maybe eating outside in restaurants. Okay, so what are the savings? So savings, if you have savings slash debt, so if you have a bank account, so you want to save, obviously the recommended thing for me would be 6 to 12 months worth of savings for like bills wise, expenses. So again, like if you're the type of individual that has like maybe $2,000 worth of expenses, then obviously you get your 2,000 right here and you times it by 6 months, and then you equal to what, $12,000 of savings, right? And then obviously you get this one right here, and then you get if you have student loans, if you have credit card, if you have car loans. So you guys get the deal, right? So this is savings. Now keep in mind, this is also I like to add the I in there, that a lot of videos don't really talk about, unfortunately. So this is really your investments. This is extremely important. Okay, so your investment can be your Roth IRA, or it could be IRA, but the reason I'm saying Roth IRA is because I'm putting a quote here, 401k. If you work for somebody or you have your own business and you have your 401k. So this is what you really want to understand and know, okay? So now, why 50%? 50% can be very challenging. I mean, think about it this way. If you make, I don't know, let's say $30,000 per year, you're talking about after taxes, it's probably going to be about, I don't know, 24, maybe 22,000. It all depends on a lot of the variables. So let's say there's $22,000 in there. You're talking about having $11,000, which is your 50% on N. It could be very challenging because rent alone for some states, like rent alone can cost like in a room $1,000, okay? And then 30% of that, so like really it's very challenging with this one. So that's where things come up here, okay? So this is not just about, this video is not just about 30 and 20% rule. This is pretty much what it's all about, but I really want to take the time here to guide you through a couple of things that I think is extremely important, okay? That other videos really don't talk a lot about it as much. So let's just say, you have your needs. You make, again, to that example, you make $30,000, okay, per year. So then what you really want to understand is this gets very challenging. So if you make that in California, it's extremely hard to live there. So you got to start hustling. What do I mean by that? You got to pick up another job, or you got to start your own business. Okay, so you got to grind. I mean, the whole idea here is like, if you maintain 50%, it's great. So if you live in a house by yourself, an apartment by yourself, you're paying $800 to $1,500, right? Like, let's say that. There's a couple of tips that I've done in my past lifetime that helped me out a lot. So cut that down. Maybe if you have a mortgage, if you have 3 rooms, rent 2 rooms out, right? Or maybe you could go become a roommate. So really it cuts, like, I would say like 1/3 of your maybe 2/3 of your expenses. It cuts down like that. So like, think about it this way. When I first started, man, like I had a job that I got landed in another state. I went there. I didn't go for an apartment. My first time I wanted an apartment and I hated it. I spent so much money for no reason, for extra rooms that I didn't even use. So what I've done was I went to another house on Craigslist, and then I checked the roommates out, and I literally didn't have any problems at all. Like I paid like as low as like $400 a month, everything included, all utilities included in there. So you think about it this way, I'm saving $400 or maybe $600 per month just doing that. And then another thing too, cook at home, lower your expenses on your needs. This is your needs, right? This is your wants. Instead of you having a car payment that is like $600 or $500 on car payments to show off to people that don't care about you, or to pretend you're successful and you're not, like, sacrifice that. You know, just get you a car like for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. You don't believe these cars exist? Trust me, I had 2 cars that I bought and I still have them to this day, because this is what I started at. And these cars are fully paid off, and it cost me like only $4,000 or $5,000. And I got them through an auction. So go to a car auction, research that, and get you some good stuff in there. This is how most private car dealerships, they get their cars from there. Okay, they inspect it and all that stuff. So don't be afraid, do some more research about that. If you're eating outside every day, like, or like I see a lot of people, like, they order nonstop, like, stop, cook. You save money by cooking. Cut down your expenses on your wants. Vacation, who gives a shit about vacation? Cut that out. Pay your debt. Okay, because you know what, when you pay your debt, if you're paying $500 on debt every month and you pay that off, that money, right, is right back to your wallet, right there, pocket, right back into that. Your net worth, your wealth in general increases so much more when you pay off your debt. Okay, because you get more money in there, and then start investing aggressively. So don't just cut expenses on your needs, wants, and your debt to just go and blow them off, or try to start saving more money. Once you hit your emergency funds, you know what you need to do? You need to start investing, my friend. Investments. And guess what? Are you gonna tell me here, like, what if I lose my money? Guess what? You're already losing your money here. You're already losing your money there. If you're smart, you do your research, dedicate some time to educate yourself, you are not going to lose money. Because if that's the case, yeah, a lot of people lose money. I've lost money when I first started, but I haven't given up. And I spent so much more time to educate myself, and now I am making a lot of money. It's how you educate yourself and how you treat yourself when you're getting into something. I could tell you I've lost all my money that I've lost is because I put my money into something, either but 2 things: following the crowd or following the herd, or I didn't know shit about what I'm getting myself into. Okay? So don't do that. Right? So once you get all of that, you're going to see your net worth increase like significantly up. Okay? And then now when you have 50 sustained, so like, let's say you have an extra, $1,000 because you hustled your way around every month. Don't spend that. Reinvest it. Use that compound interest power to yourself. Okay? To grow your worth, to grow your net worth over time. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you do, please do me a big favor. Like, subscribe, share. Until I see you next time, take care, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.